Hello. You're watching Global English Stories, where stories come to life and help you learn English naturally. Listen, enjoy, and start your learning journey.
Today we will tell you the story of Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world. It started as a small idea in one man's mind, but grew into something huge that changed how people shop, read, watch movies, and even use the internet. This story is not just about business. It is also about dreams, hard work, risk, and how technology can shape our lives. Amazon was started by Jeff Bezos. He was a man who loved books and computers. He saw that the internet was growing fast, and he wanted to do something big with it. He left his good job in New York and moved across the country to start his company in a small garage. That decision was the beginning of a new chapter in the history of business. At first, Amazon only sold books, but Bezos had a big dream. He wanted to create a place where people could buy anything online. Over time, Amazon added music, movies, clothes, electronics, and even food. It became a place where people could find almost anything they needed, and they could get it delivered right to their door. This story will take you through the early days of Amazon, the hard times, the big wins, and the new things Amazon is doing today. We will also talk about the people behind the company, the changes it brought to the world, and the problems it had to solve. Whether you're learning English or just curious about how a small idea became a global company, this story will help you understand it all, step by step, in simple and clear English. Part 1, the first seed. In the early 1990s, the internet was very new. Most people use it only for sending emails or reading short news articles. No one thought it could become a place to do big business. But Jeff Bezos saw something different. He read a report that said internet use was growing very fast, more than 2,000% every year. That number shocked him. He felt that the internet would soon change everything. He wanted to be a part of that change. At the time, Jeff was working at a finance company in New York City. He had a good job, a high salary, and a comfortable life. But he had a dream. He wanted to build something of his own. He thought about many ideas for an online business. He made a list of 20 products that he could sell on the internet. After thinking hard, he chose books. Books were easy to ship, didn't break, and there were millions of them. No physical store could carry every book, but an online store could. That gave him a big idea. Jeff told his boss about his plan. His boss said it was a great idea, but also said it was a risky move to leave a safe job. Jeff thought about it and decided to take the risk. He said later, "I knew I would not regret trying, but I might regret not trying." So, in 1994, he quit his job, packed his bags, and moved to Seattle. He chose Seattle because many tech people live there, and it was close to big book distributors. In Seattle, he and his wife Mackenzie rented a small house. Jeff worked in the garage. That garage became the first office of Amazon. At first, the company had only a few workers. They built the website by themselves. They wrote the code, packed the boxes, and took them to the post office. It was hard work, but Jeff believed it would pay off. In July 1995, Amazon.com went live. It called itself Earth's biggest bookstore. On the first day, it sold a few books, but soon, orders started coming from all over the U.S. and even other countries. Jeff and his small team were surprised. They had built a simple website, but people loved it. It was easy to use, and the prices were low. It also had something new: customer reviews. Buyers could write what they thought about the books. That helped other people decide what to buy. No other bookstore had done that before. The company grew quickly. Every week, sales were higher than the week before. The team was working long hours. They were happy but tired. Sometimes they slept in the office. They had a bell that rang every time someone made a sale. But after a few weeks, the bell rang so often that they had to turn it off. Jeff was excited, but he also knew that growth was not enough. He needed a plan for the future. Jeff reinvested the money back into the company. He did not try to make big profits early. Instead, he spent the money to improve the website, hire smart people, and build better systems. He believed in thinking long-term. His goal was not just to sell books, but to build something big and lasting. In meetings, he would always leave one empty chair. That chair was for the customer. It reminded everyone that customers should always come first. In 1996, Amazon was getting bigger and needed more money. Jeff looked for investors. Many people were unsure about investing in an online bookstore, but Jeff's energy and vision were strong. He raised about $8 million from a venture capital firm called Kleiner Perkins. That money helped the company grow faster. They moved to a bigger office and hired more people. Orders were now in the thousands each day. By 1997, Amazon had become a well-known name. Jeff decided to take the company public. This means he sold shares of the company to the public through the stock market. It was a big step. Many people were excited, but some experts said Amazon would fail. They said it was losing money and would never beat large stores like Barnes & Noble. But Jeff did not agree. He said, "We are not in a race to make short-term profits. We are building for the long term." Jeff's bold thinking helped Amazon stay strong. The company was not just selling books anymore. It had started to add CDs and DVDs. Soon, it would add more product categories. Jeff's big idea was working. He once said, "We want to be the everything store." That dream was slowly starting to come true. Still, life at Amazon was not easy. The team worked long days and nights. There were many problems to solve: website crashes, late deliveries, and customer complaints. But Jeff pushed his team to keep going. He said they were still at day one, meaning they were just getting started. That idea of day one became a big part of Amazon's culture. It meant staying hungry, moving fast, and never feeling too comfortable. By the end of the 1990s, Amazon was no longer a small startup in a garage. It was a fast-growing company with thousands of employees. But many big challenges still lay ahead. Would Amazon survive in the fast-changing tech world? Could it make money? Could it grow without losing its focus? The first seed had been planted, and it had started to grow. But the real test of Amazon's strength was still to come. Part 2. Surviving the storm. In the early 2000s, Amazon faced a big challenge. The internet world was changing fast. Many young tech companies were growing quickly, just like Amazon. People called this time the dot-com boom. Investors put a lot of money into online businesses. Everyone believed the internet would make them rich. But soon, things started to go wrong. The dot-com bubble burst. Many internet companies failed. Their stock prices crashed, and they ran out of money. This time became known as the dot-com crash. Amazon was also hit hard. Its stock price dropped a lot. People began to say that Amazon would not survive. News articles said that it would go out of business. Big bookstores like Barnes & Noble were still strong and had money. Some experts believed they would win. Amazon was still losing money every year. Some investors were scared and sold their shares. It was a hard time for Jeff Bezos and his team. But Jeff did not give up. He stayed calm. He told his team to focus on the customer and to keep building the future. He said, "When the tide goes out, you find out who's been swimming without clothes." He meant that only strong and smart companies would survive the tough times. He wanted Amazon to be one of them. Jeff made some important decisions. First, he cut costs. He made the team smaller and removed things that were not important. Second, he worked hard to improve the company's systems. Amazon needed better technology to take and ship orders faster. Third, he kept looking for new ideas. Even in hard times, he wanted Amazon to grow. During this period, Amazon launched a new service called Marketplace. This allowed other sellers to sell their products on Amazon's website. Before this, Amazon only sold items it owned. Now, anyone with products to sell could join. It was a smart idea. Amazon earned a part of each sale without holding the products. Customers also had more choices. This idea helped Amazon grow without spending too much money. Another smart move was improving the warehouse system. Amazon wanted to ship products faster, so it started building smart warehouses called fulfillment centers. These centers use technology to store, find, and pack items quickly. The goal was to send items to customers as fast as possible. Fast delivery became a big part of Amazon's service. People began to trust Amazon more because their packages came on time. In 2002, Amazon took another risk. It started a new business called Amazon Web Services, or AWS. At first, it was just a small project. AWS helped companies store their data and run software using Amazon's computers. Many people did not understand this idea, but Jeff saw the future. He believed that more companies would need cloud computing to run their websites and apps. AWS started small, but later became one of the most important parts of Amazon. Slowly, Amazon's work began to show results. By 2003, the company started to make small profits. It was still not making a lot of money, but it was finally earning more than it spent. That gave people hope. Investors began to believe in Amazon again. The company's stock price started to rise. It was not just surviving the storm, it was learning how to grow in it. Jeff also worked on building Amazon's team. He hired smart and creative people. He looked for those who could think big and work fast. He wanted people who were ready to solve problems and take risks. He once said, "We are stubborn on vision, but flexible on details." That meant Amazon would never give up on its big dream, but it was ready to change the small things to get there. In these years, Amazon added more products to its website. Now people could buy electronics, clothes, toys, and more. The company used data to understand what customers liked. It showed people items they might want to buy. This made shopping easier and more personal. Customers liked this, and they kept coming back. Even when things were tough, Jeff continued to write letters to Amazon shareholders every year. In those letters, he explained what Amazon was doing and why. He always ended his letters with the words, "It's still day one." This reminded everyone that Amazon was still just beginning and the best was yet to come. By the end of 2005, Amazon had passed a big test. It had survived the dot-com crash. Many other internet companies had closed, but Amazon was still alive and growing. Jeff's long-term thinking had worked. His ideas about customers, fast delivery, and big dreams had helped Amazon stay strong. But the journey was far from over. Jeff was now thinking about new ways to change the world. He had more plans, bigger ones. Amazon had made it through the storm, but now it was time to fly higher. Part 3. Prime and Power. After surviving the tough times of the early 2000s, Amazon was ready to grow bigger. Jeff Bezos had new ideas. He wanted Amazon to be more than just an online bookstore. He wanted it to be the place where people could buy everything. But to do this, Amazon needed to solve one big problem: shipping. People liked to shop online, but they didn't like to wait for days or weeks to get their items. So in 2005, Amazon started something new called Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime was a membership program. For a small yearly fee, customers could get free 2-day shipping on many items. This was a big change. Most online stores charged extra for fast shipping, but Amazon made it free for Prime members. At first, some people didn't think it would work. They said the company would lose money. But Jeff believed it would bring customers back again and again. He was right. Prime became very popular. People loved fast shipping. Once they joined Prime, they started shopping more. Amazon also added more services to Prime, like streaming movies and music. Over time, Prime became more than just a shipping deal. It became a way to keep customers close to Amazon. As Prime grew, Amazon had to improve its delivery system. It built more warehouses, now called fulfillment centers, in many cities. These centers were full of robots and workers, moving quickly to pack and ship products. Amazon also used software to find the fastest ways to get packages to people. This system became one of the best in the world. In these years, Amazon also grew its product list. It sold books, electronics, clothes, toys, and even food. If people wanted something, they could usually find it on Amazon. The company also let more and more small businesses sell on the site. This helped Amazon grow without needing to buy everything itself. Sellers from all over the world used Amazon to reach customers. At the same time, Amazon Web Services, AWS, started growing fast. Many companies began using AWS to run their websites and apps. AWS made it easier and cheaper for businesses to store data and use online tools. Big names like Netflix, Spotify, and NASA used AWS. Even though it started as a small idea, AWS became one of Amazon's biggest moneymakers. With money from AWS and Prime, Jeff Bezos had the freedom to try new things. Amazon bought other companies like Zappos, Shoes, Audible, audiobooks, and Twitch, a streaming platform for gamers. These moves helped Amazon reach new people and enter new markets. Amazon was no longer just a store. It was becoming a tech giant. In 2007, Amazon introduced a new product, the Kindle. It was an e-reader, a device made for reading books. People could download and read thousands of books on one small device. At first, many people were unsure about reading on a screen, but Kindle became very popular. It changed how people read books. Many authors started publishing their books directly on Amazon. Kindle helped Amazon become the leader in digital books. While all of this was happening, Jeff kept a close eye on Amazon's culture. He wanted the company to move fast, think big, and focus on the customer. He created leadership principles like customer obsession, think big, and invent and simplify. These ideas were used in hiring, meetings, and decisions. Everyone at Amazon was expected to follow them. By the early 2010s, Amazon was a powerful company. It had millions of customers, thousands of workers, and product from all over the world. It was also becoming a major name in technology, not just retail. The company's profits were growing, especially from AWS. But not everything was perfect. Some people began to ask hard questions. They said that Amazon's warehouses had tough working conditions. Workers had to move quickly, and breaks were short. Some said they felt like robots. Journalists and lawmakers started looking into how Amazon treated its workers. Jeff said the company was always working to improve, but the questions didn't stop. Amazon also faced complaints from sellers. Some small businesses said Amazon copied their products and then sold them at lower prices. Others said Amazon's rules were hard to follow. These concerns began to grow louder as Amazon got bigger. Still, the company kept moving forward. In 2014, Amazon launched Alexa, a voice assistant. People could use their voice to ask for music, weather, or to control smart devices in their homes. Alexa became part of a new Amazon product called Echo, a smart speaker. This was another way Amazon entered people's lives. Amazon also started testing new ideas in delivery. It worked on using drones to bring packages to homes. It tried using robots and even talked about delivering items before the customer ordered them, based on past shopping habits. These ideas showed that Amazon was always thinking about the future. By the end of the decade, Amazon had changed shopping forever. It had become one of the most powerful companies in the world. Jeff Bezos had become the richest man on earth. The little online bookstore had grown into a giant that reached into nearly every part of daily life, from reading and shopping to watching movies and listening to music. But Jeff was not done. He was already thinking about the next big thing, space. Part 4. Reaching for the sky. By the late 2010s, Amazon was a giant in the business world. It was no longer just a company that sold products. It was a part of people's everyday lives. But Jeff Bezos had even bigger dreams. While running Amazon, he started focusing on something that seemed far from shopping: space. Jeff believed that the future of humans was not only on Earth, but also in space. He created a new company called Blue Origin. Blue Origin was started with the goal of making space travel easier and cheaper. Jeff wanted millions of people to live and work in space one day. While Amazon was growing on Earth, Jeff was investing his own money to help build rockets and spacecraft. He said, "I'm using the money I earned from Amazon to build a road to space." Blue Origin quietly worked on creating new rocket engines and testing flights, while Amazon continued to expand. Even though Blue Origin was a separate company, Jeff's interest in space showed how big his vision was. He believed that technology could solve many problems if used in the right way. His space goals inspired Amazon too. The company started using more advanced technology in everything, from warehouses with robots to delivery with drones. Amazon became known not only for fast shopping, but also for innovation. Meanwhile, Amazon was growing in many new directions. It opened its first physical store called Amazon Go. This store had no cashiers. People could walk in, pick up what they wanted, and walk out. Cameras and sensors tracked what they bought and charged them automatically. It was a new way to shop, and it made headlines around the world. Amazon also bought Whole Foods in 2017. This was a big move into the grocery world. With Whole Foods, Amazon could sell fresh food directly to people. It also used Whole Foods stores to help deliver groceries faster to customers who ordered online. This showed that Amazon wasn't just about online shopping anymore. It was now a part of the physical world too. During this time, Amazon continued to build its own delivery system. It started using Amazon-branded trucks and planes. The company wanted to control every part of the delivery process. It no longer wanted to depend on UPS or FedEx. It even launched a program where regular people could start their own delivery businesses and work with Amazon. This helped Amazon deliver faster and reach more places. In 2018, Amazon made news again. It chose two cities, New York and Arlington, Virginia, for its second headquarters, called HQ2. This project promised to bring thousands of jobs to those areas. But the New York plan faced protests and was later canceled. Still, the move showed how powerful Amazon had become. Cities across the U.S. competed to be the home of HQ2, offering tax breaks and support. As Amazon kept growing, Jeff Bezos started stepping back from some daily tasks. In 2021, he made a big announcement. He said he would step down as CEO of Amazon and become executive chairman. He wanted to focus more on Blue Origin and other projects. Andy Jassy, who had led Amazon Web Services, AWS, became the new CEO. Many people were surprised, but Jeff said it was time for new leadership. Even after Jeff stepped down as CEO, Amazon did not slow down. Andy Jassy focused on continuing growth in e-commerce, cloud services, and technology. The company launched new features like Buy with Prime, which let people use Prime benefits on other websites. It also expanded Alexa's abilities, making it smarter and more helpful in homes. Amazon also entered new areas like healthcare. It bought a company called One Medical, which provides doctor visits and health services. Amazon wanted to make healthcare easier, faster, and more affordable using technology. This was a big move and showed that Amazon was still thinking of new ways to grow. But at the same time, Amazon faced new problems. Workers at some warehouses began to speak out. They said the work was too hard and the pay was not enough. In 2022, a warehouse in New York voted to form a union, the first in Amazon's history. This was a big moment. Other workers across the USA started thinking about joining unions too. Amazon said it was trying to improve conditions, but the pressure continued to rise. The government also began looking more closely at Amazon. Lawmakers in the USA and Europe said Amazon was becoming too powerful. They asked questions about how it treated small sellers and if it was breaking any rules. Amazon answered by saying it helped millions of small businesses and gave customers great service. Still, legal battles and investigations continued. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Amazon became even more important. People needed to stay home, and they ordered everything from groceries to medicine online. Amazon hired thousands of new workers and kept its warehouses running while many stores were closed. It helped people during a hard time, but it also made record profits. Some people praised Amazon, while others criticized it for not doing enough for its workers. By 2023, Amazon was a key part of the modern world. It had grown from an online bookstore into a global company that sold nearly everything, delivered faster than anyone else, and even helped businesses run their websites. Jeff Bezos had become one of the most famous names in history, not only for his money, but also for his big ideas. Blue Origin continued testing rockets and planning for space missions. Jeff even went to space himself in 2021 on a Blue Origin rocket. It was a short trip, but it showed that space travel for regular people might be possible one day. His passion for space was still strong, and he believed that the future of humanity could be among the stars. Amazon was now in homes, phones, offices, and even hospitals. It was a company that touched every part of life. But people were watching closely. They wanted Amazon to grow in a fair and responsible way. The company had changed the world once. Now, it had to show that it could keep making the world better too. Part 5. The challenges ahead. As Amazon entered the mid-2020s, It was one of the biggest and most powerful companies in the world. It had changed how people shop, how businesses work, and how fast things could be delivered. But with great size came big problems too. Amazon was now facing new challenges that it could not ignore. One of the biggest challenges came from its own workers. Many of them were tired. Warehouse jobs at Amazon were fast, strict, and physically hard. Some workers said they didn't get enough breaks or rest. Others said the company watched them too closely, even counting how many seconds they stopped to catch their breath. In 2022, workers at a warehouse in Staten Island, New York, voted to start a union. It was the first union ever inside Amazon in the USA. This made news around the world. The move inspired other workers across the country. Some began organizing and asking for better pay, safer working conditions, and more respect. Amazon said it was already doing a lot to help workers, like raising wages and improving safety. But the debate was growing. Many people began to ask, was Amazon too focused on speed and profit? Did it care enough about the people doing the hard work? At the same time, Amazon was being watched by governments. Leaders in the USA, Europe, and other parts of the world began to ask if Amazon was playing fair. They looked at how it treated small businesses that sold products on its website. Some small sellers said Amazon copied their products or made it hard for them to succeed. Others said Amazon used the data from their sales to compete against them. There were also questions about whether Amazon was becoming too powerful. It was not just a shopping website. It was also the biggest cloud computing company through Amazon Web Services, and it owned companies in movies, food, healthcare, and more. In 2023, the USA government and several states launched lawsuits against Amazon, saying it used its power in unfair ways. Amazon said it did nothing wrong and that it helped millions of people and businesses. But the fight was not going away. Another big challenge was the economy. After years of fast growth, the world economy started to slow down. Inflation made prices rise. People were more careful with their money. In 2022 and 2023, Amazon had to lay off thousands of workers, especially in its office jobs. It was a shock to many. For years, Amazon had been hiring so many people that it was one of the largest employers in the world. But now, even Amazon had to cut costs. This also made Amazon look again at what it wanted to focus on. It shut down some new ideas that didn't work, like some of its physical stores and some delivery projects. But at the same time, it pushed forward in other areas. It started using artificial intelligence, AI, to make its services faster and smarter. From Alexa in people's homes to its huge cloud servers, Amazon was adding AI everywhere. In 2023 and 2024, Amazon launched new AI tools for businesses. These tools help companies write better ads, answer customer questions, and organize data. Amazon was now competing with other tech giants like Google and Microsoft in a race for the best AI tools. It was clear that AI would be a big part of Amazon's future. Amazon also focused more on healthcare. In 2023, it finished buying One Medical, a healthcare company that made it easier for people to see doctors quickly, online or in person. Amazon wanted to help people get healthcare faster and cheaper. It also started using AI in health, helping doctors with notes and information. This was a new world for Amazon, but it believed it could make a difference. Even with all this growth, Amazon still wanted to make its deliveries faster. It tested more delivery drones that could fly packages to people's homes in under an hour. It also added electric delivery vans and promised to reduce pollution. Amazon said it wanted to be a green company. It planned to reach zero carbon emissions by 2040. This was part of a larger promise to help fight climate change. In 2025, Amazon made another big change. It introduced a new version of its shopping website powered by AI. The new site could suggest better products, answer questions in real time, and help people finish shopping faster. It was part of Amazon's plan to make the online shopping experience feel more personal, like talking to a friend who knows exactly what you need. The company also continued growing in video and entertainment. Amazon Prime Video now had original movies and shows that were winning awards. It bought MGM, a big movie company, which gave it rights to many famous films. Amazon became a serious player in Hollywood, competing with Netflix and Disney. But even with so many successes, Amazon knew it could not relax. New companies were rising. People wanted better jobs, better treatment, and more honesty from big businesses. The world was changing fast, and Amazon had to stay ready. Andy Jassy, now leading Amazon, said the company's job was to keep inventing. He said Amazon had always been about long-term thinking, doing the hard work today to build a better tomorrow. Whether it was faster delivery, better technology, or helping people live healthier lives, Amazon wanted to lead the way. By 2025, Amazon was no longer just a company. It was part of daily life for millions around the world. But with this power came responsibility. People wanted to see Amazon not just grow, but grow wisely. The road ahead would be full of tough choices, but one thing was clear. Amazon's story was far from over. Conclusion. The story of Amazon is not just about one company. It is about how a small idea can grow into something big and powerful. From selling books in a garage to becoming a global giant, Amazon has changed the way we shop, work, and live. It has used technology, speed, and smart ideas to stay ahead. But this journey was not always easy. Amazon faced many problems. Angry workers, strong competition, and serious questions from governments. It made mistakes and had to learn from them. At the same time, it kept trying new things, from artificial intelligence to healthcare to cleaner deliveries. Amazon's story teaches us many lessons. It shows the power of thinking big, taking risks, and never giving up. It also reminds us that success comes with responsibility. Big companies must care about their workers, the planet, and the people they serve. Today, Amazon stands at a turning point. The future will bring new challenges and changes. But if it continues to learn, grow, and listen, it can keep leading in smart and helpful ways. This was the story of Amazon, from a small seed to a global force. And the journey is still going on. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep learning, keep growing, and one story at a time.